So what exactly is quantitative easing? Today we're going to talk about quantitative easing in the context of the United States because many different central banks actually carry out quantitative easing and they do it differently. So we're going to talk specifically about the context of the United States. Now in the case of US Federal Reserve, when we say quantitative easing, it means an expanded scope of asset purchases. Let's recap what we talked about previously to what happened in light of the global financial crisis. Now in the US, in the aftermath of the global financial crisis, remember that US kept carrying out expansionary monetary policy, interest rates reached zero. So because it reached zero, it faced a liquidity trap. And so if you try to actually carry out conventional expansionary monetary policy and try to increase money supply, it's no longer going to be effective in bringing down interest rates. If it's no longer going to be effective in bringing down interest rate because interest rate is already zero, you can't bring interest rates to below zero. So you can't stimulate aggregate demand any further. So in this case, Federal Reserve decided to carry out what we call an expanded scope of asset purchase. They choose to specifically take $600 billion to buy from the open market what we call mortgage-backed securities. Now there's significance to that. Why buy mortgage-backed securities? First of all, the mortgage-backed securities were in what we call trap sectors. Trap sectors means they were toxic. Now in light of the subprime mortgage crisis, nobody wanted to invest in financial sector, in mortgage sector, in property, in real estate. Nobody want to touch these sectors. So when the Federal Reserve went into these trap sectors and they bought up these assets, it will actually provide much liquidity, which will encourage greater investment. So if they provided these sectors which were trapped, they were not able to get funding from anywhere. Now they have funding, they will actually invest more because now they have money to invest. And when the Federal Reserve carry out this act, it's really kind of like saying, hey, I'm there, I'm going to do something about it, don't worry. It's sending a signal to the market to say, okay, have confidence in the economy, we are here, we're going to intervene, don't worry about it. So it actually increased your confidence in the market. So your market started to have confidence, and that led to the market to rally as well. And so when household wealth increase, it also increases consumption. So this can we can see here, this is what Federal Reserve was trying to do. 3 points. 1, let's take a look at these 3 points. What these 3 points are again. 1, they were trying to provide liquidity to trap sectors, which increase investment. 2, when the Federal Reserve went in to buy up assets, what happens to demand for assets? Of course, increase, right? When they increase demand for assets, think about assets in terms of other things like stocks, like shares. When asset prices go up, households, what will happen to their wealth? Their wealth will increase. So as households felt richer, it will lead them to increase their consumption. Also, it will increase, what Federal Reserve was trying to do is to actually increase confidence in the markets. When they signal their resolve through intervention, they actually increase confidence, which increases consumption and investment. So that is basically what quantitative easing was really about in the context of the United States.